Hello and welcome to the video. Now, have you ever wanted to use the FAL but not wanted to deal with the uncontrollable recoil that it usually possesses? Well, hopefully I can change that for you today. This is hopefully going to be a pretty short video, and it's going to be done with the assumption that you already know where to buy the parts from and you already know how to assemble the gun. And if you're already at this stage, then I'm pretty sure you've already put a few guns together in your time and you're more than capable. But just in case you're not exactly sure on what parts these are, I'm going to put a what you need on the screen now. And just as a little tip for anyone who's a little bit lower level, for the AG FAL grip, which is one of the more troubling pieces to get for this build, if you run interchange and go through the car parking lot and search all the boxes, it quite commonly spawns there. So that's just for those of you who can't actually buy it yet. Here's a comparison of the two guns I've built, one being a more marksman style variant, and the other being a more aggressive assault variant, when you're looking to play a little bit more aggressively. Now, as you can see here, both stats for the guns are very similar, and they both possess the 188 recoil, which is very low for a FAL. For the assault variant, I like to have the 50 mag, but that's entirely up to you. I was lucky enough to get one off of a guy that was carrying one around after looting the kibber store. I'm not entirely sure why, but lucky enough for me, he had it in his backpack. Now, with the front grip, the SE5 Express works just fine, but for some players you might have difficulty getting that if you're not quite at that level yet. So for the sake of it, I thought I'd mention that the Magpul RVG works just as well, and you can purchase that at Peacekeeper level 3, so that's a lot easier to get for some players. And even if you can't buy it, you'll have a better chance of finding that than you actually do the SE5 Express, or at least I find I do in my experience. But if you can find the SE5 Express, then by all means feel free to use it. I think it looks a little bit better, but other than that it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Now, in the two clips I'm going to show you, I'm going to be shooting it from a crouch position, both the marksman style and the assault style variant. And bear in mind, I'm not the best at controlling recoil, which is why I need such low recoil, as I only usually use a single shot rifle. So as you can see from that clip there, both have a very low recoil and are by no means at all hard to control, and it's quite easy to get into a crouch position in a fight. I didn't really think there was a reason to show a prone, simply because anyone can control recoil from a prone position, and unless you can set up a choke point, you're not going to often be in a prone position. So I didn't really think it viable to show that. But you're probably asking, what about from a standing position? Well, I do have a clip here, and now the first shot bounces the gun up pretty bad, but after that it steadies and you can actually control it. It becomes like a laser beam. So now you have yourself an absolute monster of a FAL. And if you've ever been hit by this thing, by a player that could actually manage to land a hit, you know that it wrecks. And you just customize the optics to your liking. Personally, I like the hammer on the marksman, or on any style of marksman rifle I use, simply because you can have the two optics and that's more viable in a firefight in my opinion. But that's entirely up to you. Anyway guys, this has been the 188 FAL build. Now go hit some sick clips, link them in the description below and I'll be sure to check them out. I'd love to see what you guys rip up with this thing. All I can say is do not underestimate its power. And I shall see you in the next video or stream, guys. Later.